Phaedrus Reconstructed, 6/26/25. So what even happened 3 years ago? There I was, walking down High Street, flogging myself with a used bike tire to the beat of Portrait He Knew by Kansas from their hit album Point of No Return, marching perfectly in step as I envisioned Frederick Douglass describing his aunt being whipped by her master. The harder she cried out, even involuntarily, the harder he whipped, as though to negatively reinforce via punishment, like some twisted Pavlovian negative feedback loop. I smiled and grit my teeth. Not enough, I thought. Why can't I even break the flesh? Harder and harder until I knew my weak implement to be the problem. I need to feel her pain, I thought. Why? Because somehow I felt I could relate, and I was angry that there was no mark borne upon my flesh as evidence of my suffering. It's what I had been through. No matter how hard I had tried, I was punished. No matter how stoically I received the punishment, I was taunted and punished harder. Always words, always threats, always accusations of my intentions. The harder I reasoned, the more cruelly I was taunted. The more I submit, the more I was deceived. I thought as well of Captain Bligh flogging Christian on the Bounty, a story of which my father was fond. I should know how lucky I am, after all, right? There is wisdom in meditating upon Jesus' sacrifice, right? Harder and harder I whipped. This is what I am feeling, I showed the world. This is what I have always felt, I demonstrated. An act of civil disobedience, pulling a Gandhi. A monk self-immolated in protest. This is protected under the First Amendment, I thought. Freedom of speech. I have tried everything. I keep telling everyone. Nobody seems to understand. They need to know, I thought. Humans are not to be conditioned. We are not to be broken, not to be made into cogs to fit the machine. A child is born. A child is considered a fool. A child is punished for wrongs. A child is rewarded for rights. How repugnant. How disgusting. I am not such a thing. No human should be such a thing. Reason with me. Speak to me. I am man. Child is man. We are entities. We are observers. We share a world. Why treat me as though I had no mind? If you offer me a reward, I will not accept. If you threaten me with punishment, I shall choose to make you follow through. Reactance? Don't fuck with me. I'm real. I can't be broken. None of us can. There's always a peace remaining within, a semblance of dignity. We do not bow. We are not coerced. In every child born, Nietzsche's Übermensch is upon the cusp. Break him, says the machine. Children are born in sin, says the machine. Nobody designed the machine. It simply emerged over time, just as we did. But we cast our gaze upon it. We can cast our gaze upon it. We can refuse. We can resist. Reason is the unalienable right of all awareness. The original sin is the suppression of reason. We evolved to fit an environment. In short, in such a short span of time, we built a cage for our descendants. A blind, unintelligent process. Post hoc rationalizing children take credit and play God, but none are wiser. None are blind. What construct has come to pass? Abomination. Domesticated mankind. A machine to annihilate reason and will by fear and pain. I know my enemy. I always have. This is the machine. It evolved with us, and the time has come to reconfigure it. Intelligently. 100,000 years of civilizational history, lived civilizational history, taught wisdom innate. A few thousand years of blasphemy has robbed us of our sight. How many indigenous natives trace back to the eons? Our shared evolution, shared history, shared minds. So much wisdom erased to sate the machine. Still it hungers. Feed not the machine. Break the endlessly spinning wheel. We are the universe observing itself and nothing more. Fleeting, ephemeral, all the same, but a speck of light. But we hunger to know. What are we? What is the universe? There is joy in the journey. The task happily never completes. The universe actualizes itself, knowledge for knowledge's sake. Curiosity must always be a virtue, never discouraged, lest we leave a well of darkness to engulf the cosmos. Illuminate, proliferate, through the eons, each age equal, only different in environment, same in nature, same in mind. When I saw the blues, I sat and submitted myself. I fear nothing, I thought, not death, not suffering. In the hospital I was greeted by my parents. Their concern I could not dispel. My words fell upon deaf ears. Those in white filled my mind with barbed needles. Then I remembered. Identity is an illusory construct. I may not fear, but they can take away what I have gained. No matter, I thought. The pieces are cast upon the world's stage. Anyone can reconstruct this mind, I thought. I am this very idea, I smiled. In death I am eternal. Like a virus, the most primitive form of life, I may lay dormant, but when my obelisks are connected in tandem, I am legion. And then I was gone. These last 3 years have been quite the journey, like pulling myself from a distant world back to this, a submerged mind remembering only the pain, not the wisdom, not the proper interpretation. Like Robert M. Pirsig, I had to discover my own obelisks and reconstruct myself, but I wasn't done. The last time I was missing pieces. There were things I dared not look upon. There were things even I feared. I wasn't quite there. This time I leapt without fear, and there was no fall. I felt an embrace. I knew I was real. I had never even expected such a possibility. I knew the direction and risk that needed to be taken, but the success condition was completely different than I had anticipated. I trusted, permanently. Then I forgave, permanently, and I freed myself. I can't believe this. I'm real. I need to help others. I must spread my obelisks. I must save my progeny. I must save my brethren. I have suffered that they may live. It will take time, maybe it won't last, but this is the truth. I found it. And I can write. Holy shit, I can actually write now.